So what do you think was the cause of World War II?
Nazi Germany trying to take over the whole world.
All right,
So what do you believe the cause of World War II was?
Oh, jeez. I don't know these answers. Let me look at stuff. Hold on. Wasn't it? I'm terrible at this. It wasn't the Vietnam War was different, right?
Yeah, this is like the cause of World War II.
World War II. Is it bad? Can you use this if I say I don't know?
Yeah, that works.
I'm not sure actually.
Okay, thank you.
So what, in your opinion, was the cause of World War II?
Okay, well, you had the rise of Germany with the Nazis and Adolf Hitler, and I believe they were attacking country, I think Poland might have been, and then people obviously were worried over there, and I think they declared war, and it was late 1930s, 1939 maybe.
The reparations forced upon Germany after World War II accounted for many of the problems in Germany post-World War I and was the main cause of World War II.
After World War II, Germany was forced to pay war reparations, or pay money to the countries who were involved. Germany wasn't allowed to trade with any outside nations. When they began to run out of money, the League of Nations started seizing goods too. This ultimately led to huge rates of unemployment. So, the German government decided it would be a good idea to print more money. This led to the sudden and extreme hyperinflation, seen in Germany all the way through the start of the United States Great Depression. While Germany got out of using the Dawes Plan, Adolf Hitler believed the bankers, or the Jewish population, to be a problem. He could not understand that it was, in fact, his own government that was the problem. When Hitler rose to power, he placed the entire economy under Nazi control.
Germany had been on the loser's side, and they got absolutely wrecked by the Treaty of Versailles. They lost territory, had to demilitarize the Rhineland, had to reduce their army to just 100,000 men, couldn't have an air force, had to pay the Allies a huge amount of money that it didn't have, and a new rule was established that every Englishman withheld the right to walk into the center of Berlin, pick out any German they wanted, and spank the out of them. I made that last one up, but it helps you understand how all this felt to Germans. On top of that, a bad economy and weak governments meant that when a small angry man with a silly mustache came along and said that he could fix everything, the German people loved.
Hallo, guten Tag.
Hi, it's nice to meet you, Heidi.
Nice to meet you too.
Alright, so I have a few questions for you today about World War I and World War II.
Of course.
Okay, so what was the cause of World War I?
The main causes of the First War were nationalism, imperialism, alliances, and militarism. The US, Great Britain, and France started conquering more land, and Deutschland only had a small portion in Africa. There was a power struggle between the rival powers, so tensions continued to build. The catalyst for the main combat and the start of the war was due to the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
Ah, I see. How did World War I affect you personally?
After the end of the war, the economy was in very poor shape, and many people had trouble feeding their families, myself included. The economy was so bad that bread cost 20 million marks at one point in 1923. I was laid off from my job. I had trouble finding another source of income. The government was unable to help because they were trying to pay off the war reparations that the Allies demanded after the war.
Wow, that must have been really difficult for your family. What effect did World War II have on you?
As the war went on, Deutschland continued to lose more and more money. People in the country starved and had no money to feed their families. At first, the economy got better because people had factory jobs, myself included, and people were able to provide for their families. But as my country started losing the war, the economy worsened and there wasn't enough money to pay people with.
So what do you know about the economic factors of the war?
After the war, Deutschland's economy continued to worsen. War reparations put a lot of strain on the economy, and the economy went into a state of hyperinflation. Money completely lost its value and people were losing their jobs constantly. More money was being printed so that the factory workers could be paid. But when money lost its value, people getting laid off and a contraction spiral formed.
Do you believe the sanctions put on Germany were the main cause of the war?
Yes, I do believe that the sanctions put on Deutschland played a significant role in the cause of the war.
Do you think the reparation requirements were fair?
The war reparations, they took a toll on the Deutsche people, not just the Deutsche government. Many people were forced to live in abject poverty, including my family. The country had a very difficult time recovering because the economy was in ruins.
Thank you so much for your time, Heidi. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, bitte schön. I will see you later.
Bye!
The interview that you just seen shows an alternate viewpoint on World War II. It shows the regular lifestyle of a German citizen and the consequences of the Allies' actions on the German people.